Hello, friends. Hello, friends and family. So this is going to be a little test here. I'm connecting this laptop to the camera. I'm using this microphone, all because I'm doing a little bit of a reaction style video. Now I'm going to try my best not to edit this. I don't want to edit this because I'm fairly lazy when it comes to editing what could potentially be an hour-long video. Because today I'm taking a look at 5 reasons why magic is dead, which was streamed live a couple weeks ago. I can't believe I missed it on Jabrizi's channel. Now, if you're not familiar with Jabrizi, he is an African American magician. He's a rapper. He has over 278,000 subscribers on YouTube. So he's quite what we call in the business a big deal. And today we're going to be taking a look at his video as to why he thinks that magic is dead. Now, here's the thing when it comes to this video. I came across it because of a page on Facebook called Magicians Only. Now, when it comes to this particular page, usually they have what I consider to be atrocities as posts. It's self-promoting. It's trash essentially. And here I saw. Let me watch this. By the way, look at this professionalism. Look at this. Oh, you weren't expecting that from this channel, were you? A stinger transition, right? I'm transitioning myself. So here is the page. Let's see. It's right here, right? And here's where I saw it. Jabrizi Taylor saying, today I'm doing a live podcast on 5 reasons why magic is dead. So if you want to hear my controversial opinion on the matter, tune into my YouTube. Guaranteed he didn't write that. He had somebody in his team write that for sure. But here's the thing. These comments are, I mean, the best way I could say it is they're gay. They're really gay. I'm sorry to use that word in the middle school sense. I know it's 2021 and I'm not allowed to use those words, but it's the comments are as gay as the post itself, right? They're terrible. And you're gonna see it throughout the video. I've taken a cursory glance at the video. I really haven't watched it. I've only looked through bits and pieces. Man, it was like a root canal, the little portions that I saw. But I'm gonna try to stomach it in this video. I'm gonna try my best to stomach it and see how far I could get through it. And I might have some pauses here or there. I might just leave. This is gonna be a strictly unedited video. I'm gonna see how long it could go before I have to put in a cut. Maybe I say a word that I need to cut, later on, or maybe I say something that might be rude and I'm gonna have to cut it. So let's see how far I could go without having to actually actively edit this video. I want to give it raw, right? I want to have it come out of OBS and I want it to put raw on YouTube without having to go through Premiere and that. So let's see if I could actually do that. But here's the video. We're going to go through it and I'm going to try my best to pretty much give some commentary on this video. And we'll see how that goes, my friends. We'll see how that goes. So sure that my levels here are good. They seem to be good. I tested everything. I can't wait to see if afterwards, when I check the video and the audio doesn't work, nor does certain things. We'll see. This is a pilot program. So let's watch it, my friends. Let's watch it together. 5 reasons why magic is dead. Okay?
Beautiful. I had to set this all up myself today, so I'm just still learning this whole setup. As we progress, I'll start to learn more and more. Right. Go ahead and make sure everything is cool.
That's a lot of swag, right? Red jacket, red shirt there. Is that a Balenciaga?
We got some people in the chat.
$100 shirt.
People watching right now.
I don't want to flex on my numbers, but what I love about Jabrizi is that on his channel, and mind you, this is coming from a guy who's been at 55,000 subscribers for more than a year, right? So I really can't be talking about that. But we get the same amount of views. Me and Jabrizi get the same amount of views on videos on YouTube. So.
All right. New ideas. How you doing? What's up? Thank you for coming on in. All right. Let's go ahead
and they say they're oppressed. Look at this man in 2021.
Where to put these wires, man. I don't know if they should go underneath the table or on top of it. I might have to look at some podcast setups and see what's going on. That might help me a little bit. All right. We are live. We are live Everyone,
Ever heard of audio levels? Okay. Right off the bat, I love the comments, by the way. Insane plays. One insane plays. Can you see my YouTube channel, please? Can you see my YouTube channel? This is the sort of hive mind that follows your breezy.
here in the chat, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. We need to get those likes up. So if you're coming in right now, hit the like button. Go ahead and do what is free. I do not ask for any money. This whole setup cost me $30,000. So in terms of that, we spent $30,000. At least I'm asking for you guys, and from you guys is a simple like.
$30,000? He spent $30,000 on a setup? Who did he ask for advice on in order to buy the equipment for that setup? $30,000? Jesus, he's doing it well, man. I'm making fun of him, but this is punching up. I'm punching up. I thought I would have been punching down intellectually on Jabrizi, but no, I'm punching up here. $30,000 on a podcast setup to get 1,500 views after 2 weeks. Tremendous. Good value there. See, look at this setup. This is a shitty camera, a microphone that I stole, right? $30,000? Holy shit. All right, let's see what $30,000 gives us in terms of content.
To help boost us in the algorithm, to go ahead and show the
Spell
content
algorithm.
to more people.
Spell
Here,
algorithm.
we're going to have an intellectual conversation. Let me see.
That's hysterical.
Real quick. All right, and I'm going to get into the discussion. I'm not seeing these likes up. 36 people. Everyone hit the like button, please, as you come in. All right.
Everyone hit the like button. I'm going to hit the like button.
Let's see.
There are 17 haters, 17 racists here.
My YouTube channel, Insane Plays. Can you see my YouTube channel? I cannot see your YouTube channel. You are, I don't know what you're talking about. If you want me to look at it, then just go ahead and DM me on Instagram and send me a link and say, hey.
There's no fucking way Jabrizi is going to look at Insane Plays if he sends him a DM. And I'm sure Insane Plays probably sent him a DM. This is going to be a long video, by the way. So for those of you guys that are, oh, Pigcakee, let him talk. I mean, the point of watching this video is my commentary over what he's saying. If you want to watch his video, it's there. I'm going to link it in the description below. So I know I'm going to get those comments inevitably. But here's what I love. I've messaged Jabrizi before. He's come down to Miami several times, and I've sent him messages saying, hey, man, let's do something. Let's collab. Let's do a video together. Fucking ice. Nothing. I got nothing. It's like vapor. He doesn't even acknowledge my existence. And that's terrible. I want to be part of Jabrizi's life. So there's no way Insane Plays is going to get any sort of Jabrizi shout out or Jabrizi watching his videos. What a fucking... If I can't do it, what makes Insane Plays think that he's going to do it?
Check out my YouTube channel, Jabrizi. I watch your videos. I would appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and get on in. All right. People are coming on in. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right.
He poured a 40 in that Perrier can. I'm willing to bet that he got a 40 from the corner store and he put it inside of that Perrier can. I'm just saying that. No other reason. No reason in particular. But there's definitely not Perrier in that can.
Here we go. All right, reading some of these comments. Insane Plays. I'm a fan. Thank you.
This is going to be great.
Falls AG Angel Ellie. Put a lot of caps there. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, please don't come in here playing games. Please do not come in here play games.
He reads at an 8th grade reading level.
If you're coming in here to play games, we can have a discussion. We can be civilized. But what I'm not about to do is play some games because remember, I'm a magician, so I'll make your ass disappear right on up out of here. Okay? So don't play with me. Please don't do that.
What's that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Is that a joke? Was that an attempt at humor? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a joke about making someone disappear if you play games. And what's playing games? Like coming in and having thoughtful points against his what's going to be 5 reasons why he thinks Magic is dead? The fuck?
Had enough of everybody's attitude. It's not going down. Not today.
I chose this.
All right. Beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the discussion.
Focus here.
Today's podcast is on Magic is dead. That's right. I've said it. Magic is dead. Now, let me go ahead and preference this statement by saying I had a really long time to think about, is magic dead? And when I say that, I had to say, or I asked myself, is it dead inside of me?
I'm sorry, I have to keep stopping this, but take a shot every time he says axe. Right? I know it's like a urban thing, right? I'm probably being racist calling that out, but take a shot. I should have brought something. I don't want to stop this and then go and grab some liquor because I probably, have cirrhosis by the end of this if I take a shot every time he says axe. But you take a shot as a viewer. Take a shot every time Jabrizi says axe.
Me? Or is magic just dead in general in terms of when I look around and how I see others responding to it, not having the same level of enthusiasm? I'm not saying when they see a trick, of course, if they see a trick, they might feel enthused, but in terms of the interest that is there to search, it is dead. Many people are extremely upset. And if you have any comments that you would like to go ahead and leave in terms of this discussion, go ahead and put them into the chat, the live chat. I have it here in front of my face on my phone. I can see everything here if you have a question upon that. Maybe you have an opposing view. Maybe you have something to add on. I'm willing to go ahead and take a look at it all. So here we will have the discussion. And hopefully in the future, if you're a person who strongly disagrees and maybe a group of people, maybe we can have this conversation again and I can get people in here live. But I have
Me, you fuck. Add me in there, you fuck. You fucking fuck. Actually, you know what? I'll go over to where you are with a diamond tester. And I want to check that necklace, you fuck. The exact same one. Don't switch it on me. Okay? Don't get one on loan or get one from Rent a Center. Because you know I'm coming with a diamond tester, you fuck.
I have 5 reasons for why magic is dead. 5 reasons for why magic is dead. Many of you know me as a magician. You might be asking Jabrizi, how come we don't see as much magic on this channel? And it's because I do a lot of experiments just to see and test the waters about how people feel and how they respond about things. And I'm noticing one thing in particular: magic is dead. I'll get into it. And I'll also get into how it died. So let's go ahead and get into my 5 reasons for why magic is dead. And many of you may be thinking, magic isn't dead. Oh my God, it's so alive. I love magic, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Let me say this. The average magician does not really live in, live in reality. Excuse me. They don't live in reality at all. Not by a long shot. Some of them are in the magic world. And of course, if you're in the magic space, you will believe that magic is still relevant. But I challenge you to step into reality and join the real world and join the pop culture and see what's going on with this generation. And you will see that it may not be what you perceive it to be, just like magic.
Is he fucking retarded? I mean, I don't think there's any other word to quantify what he just said other than actual psychological retardation. I'm not saying that in the middle school sense. I'm saying it in a clinical sense. I feel like Jabrizi might actually be retarded. I don't understand. There's several shows on TV that are based on magic. Magic is as popular on YouTube as it is on TikTok or any other social media. Facebook, it still gets millions, if not billions, of views. It's on America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, every other fucking talent show has magicians highlighted. It's probably at its peak now. It's probably at its most popular than it's ever been. And yet we have this guy dropping the hot takes as to why magic's dead because he notices that he's getting less engagement on his magic videos. Maybe it's because of you, Jabrizi. Have you thought about that? Maybe your magic videos suck. I'm not saying I'm the best magician ever, but what I'm saying is that maybe magic's dead in your particular venue of social media because you suck.
All right, let's go ahead and get into number 1. And I'm really speaking to the magicians here or the magic community. Many of you who may be watching my channel, you might be magic enthusiasts. You may be magicians. You may be people who like magic.
Intellectually
That is
disabled,
good. You may know the story or know the
handicapped,
behavior of many magicians and exactly what it ends up causing in the community.
retarded kids.
And we're going to go ahead and shed some light on some of the things the community does that kills magic. All right, number one, magicians running marketing for exposing one another. Let me give you a case point example. There really isn't any shame in exposing a magic trick. I think that's where we went wrong. If we take a good examination at things, exposing a magic trick, though a person can expose it and show the secret, yeah, the selling side of magic will end up dying, where a person selling a trick, it may not have a shelf life because there's an exposing video on how the trick is done.
Can anyone translate that into English? Whatever he just said. I know that it was a lot of words that he probably doesn't understand, but what was that? What did he mean by that? So his first point, from my understanding, is one of the first reason that magic is dead is because magicians they push somehow exposure videos that they market those. Is that what I understood? Am I retarded? I feel like I'm going to turn retarded after watching this video.
But when we're exposing each other as magicians, tarnishing each other's names, we're ultimately tarnishing magic. Let me say this. Many magicians who got into magic probably got into magic because they've seen someone on TV, whether it be Copperfield, David Blaine, or Chris Angel. One thing's for sure, David Blaine helped magic, Copperfield helped magic, and Chris Angel helped magic. For when they were successful, there were more people who were interested in it, which meant it had a viewership, which meant it kept the conversation going. And what magicians end up doing is they end up shooting each other in the foot. For whatever reason they do this is odd to me. But to expose another magician's trade secrets for how they make a good clip, per se, is quite foolish. You know, when people ended up doing this exposing video of me telling people how to react to this trick that we're filming, I thought it was quite foolish because I thought the people who truly understand secrets.
I think we got into the root of the problem. I think the root of the problem is that he's still bitter over that one video of him coaching the spectators on how to react. Obviously, you would imagine that he would be doing some sort of coaching from the nature of the trick itself. He was doing a trick that the angles would be for the person in front, and yet the people behind him are reacting as if they could see the trick too, which is, by the way, a little bit further proof that he's a retard, because the trick, they wouldn't see it. How would the person behind him see it? He changes the card like this to the camera. This person behind him reacts to the trick. He can't see it from his angle because the back's to him. A little bit of a kerfluffle there. But this is the real reason why he's salty. It's not because magicians are exposing each other's tricks. It's because he got caught. Which is another stupid thing. I don't understand how people are like, oh, yeah, look at this guy. We caught him. Yeah, obviously. How would look at the framing. The framing is enough to have exposed how he did that stupid bit. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm gonna last through this. There's only been 9 minutes. There's an hour left. Oh boy.
It's the most, and the effects of them would be magicians. You see, when we understand a secret, shouldn't we be using the secret to our advantage? Isn't that what we do in magic? But magicians have this superiority complex, this group thinking, herd mentality, where they believe that they are right.
Agree.
And the other person is wrong. And that they're hurting magic. And I got to tell everybody. And ultimately, what you end up doing is the people who had a love and an interest for magic, you've positioned a conversation around hating magic all of a sudden. And now you've turned away people whom love magic. Why would you run hate campaigns on the industry in which people are starting to love and take heed to. Quite foolish of you.
Okay, I think he has a what could be a nugget of a point, right? But you have to translate his acute mental retardation. So the point that I feel like he thought he was making was that we shouldn't put each other down. We should highlight each other and help each other out, and that therefore increases the art by having people that are more likely than not that are going to partake in the art and going to be more encouraged to partake in magic. That's the point I feel he was trying to make. However, because of his intellectual disability, he was unable to make that point coherently. Let me turn
Quite
this off too.
foolish. I would never run a hate campaign if I was a basketball player against the NBA in basketball. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The people want to buy tickets and fans come in. It's the name of the game. It's the business. Why would you turn people away from the? Okay, I'm on. I gotta stop calling me. Why would you ever do so? So magicians have been exposing each other left and right on the internet. Ridiculous. Magicians talking bad about each other's names in forums, group discussions, with no real purpose to actually show the other guy how it's supposed to be done. Because let's be 100% honest, some of you guys do not have the chops or the takes to make what it makes. And if
Jabriz is the type of dude to um, lift up from the back while doing a double lift. The type of guy to lift up with his thumb in the back, and he's telling people that they don't got the chops. That's a very specific virginal reference. You can only understand that if you've been in magic for a little bit enough to understand breaks and holding that. So I hate that I made that sort of reference here because it just adds to my virginity. So I apologize for that. I really hope no female ever watches this.
if you did, you would have did it a long time ago, but you didn't. So sit your goofy behind down. Hey, I got this nice drink right here. It's a big can of sit your ass down. You should probably drink it.
Did he think he was making a point there? I guarantee you that insane plays is gonna be like, oh, whoa, dude, you told them, man, you told them off, dude. Jabrizi's a king, bro. He dished everyone there, bro. I guarantee you that insane plays is probably gonna leave a comment saying that. I've been ignoring these, but I feel like the comments also add to the credibility of this fan base being mostly intellectually disabled people, because you have people trying to define dang, that's sad. It's not a bad word. I said N. I think this guy dropped an N bomb here. This guy, green, green light man. I hope you guys could see this. Green light man 12 says, "Can you make my debt disappear?" But he wrote debt, DET. I mean, if that's I think the best proof of his fan base and the type of quality of fan base.
So now I talk about magic is dead. And the goofballs who were magicians talked bad about their own industry, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And turned the people whom were just starting to get into it or starting to
Fix my
enjoy it
posture.
to hate it. Why are we talking about hating magic and all the things wrong in magic? I think it's quite foolish. Quite foolish. There's the world is much bigger than magic. And the only thing magicians have to discuss is everything that's wrong with magic. Right here in this discussion, I'm discussing how magic ended up dying. Because to me, ain't no more magic left. And at the end of this, I'll give a solution. But that is a reason.
I'm getting retarded watching this. I'm getting stupider watching this. I feel like the more I watch this, the more my IQ goes down, just in a sense of through osmosis of this, like actually penetrating my pores. It's I feel it already. Somehow I'm already forgetting certain math problems. Wasn't even see. Look at that. That wasn't even a good joke. Fuck. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. It's been 12 minutes. It's been 12 minutes. Every minute feels longer than it actually is. So we'll see. We'll see.
Number one. Some people got in the chat. Oh, we got 37 people here. I need all 37 of you people to go ahead and hit the like button. Please hit the like button. You're coming in. You spent $30,000 on this whole studio. Ridiculous.
Oh,
If you could do something free, you should do something that is free. Hit the like
Ponzi
button
scheme?
because I'm not asking you for anything. I'm
Excellent.
not shaking you down for your pockets. I am not asking you to do anything outrageous. You should hit that like button. I should see 31 likes, 36 likes inside of this entire stream. Let's continue. Let's go on to reason number 2. And then after 2, I'll start to read some comments. So if you have a disagreement, if you have a question, if you agree, you have a statement, go ahead and put it into the comment section below in the live chat, and I'll read it.
I would disagree
Number
with my
2,
life right now.
It's very odd, but magicians, to a degree, we lack a competitive rivalry in a good way. There is really no competition here in magic. And if we can learn anything from the sports industry or the wrestling industry, rivalry definitely brings numbers and it brings attention. Boxing does too. For some reason, magicians don't really understand the concept of rivalry. Instead, what we rather do is we just rather expose each other versus saying, hey, I have a great piece of content here. I'm outdoing this guy.
This is the same point. This is his same point that he made. So far, he's provided one reason why he thinks magic is dead. This is just literally on the same shit. He's still salty that somebody found him coaching an audience, which again, it's negligible because the nature of the blocking of the video itself is exposing to the viewer with a modicum of a brain cell that it's a staged piece. Fuck.
There's no rivalry here. There's no this magician versus that magician. So the industry ends up becoming quite boring because no one's willing to rock the boat.
I'll rock your boat.
And if it's anything about the magic industry, I know for sure, there's a lot of cowards here.
Oh my God. Dude, I'll fuck you up. Look at me. I'm looking at the camera right now. All right? Watch this video, Jabrizi. Let's battle. Let's do whatever it is that you want to do. All right? You want to box? I'll fucking box you. I don't care that you weigh probably more than me. Yeah, you actually probably weigh less than me, but you're way taller. I don't give a fuck. Cowards. I'm calling you out, bitch, with your fucking diamond fake bought an icedbox.com. I get advertisements on Instagram for the chain that you're wearing, and it's $37. You fuck. Cowards. Bitch. You're a coward for not responding to my DMs, bitch. You fucking Yu-Gi-Oh hair bitch. You fucking red on red bitch. Was Balenciaga? $30,000 on a setup, bitch. Fucking I'm getting stupid.
Not willing to speak their minds, not willing to run into competition for the sake of their career, not understanding that you're in the entertainment industry. So realistically, it's just people will always be entertained by you. It makes magic quite boring for the most part.
This is boring. I apologize to you guys.
And that's why you don't see it getting as big as like certain industries. There's not a big pool of magicians in the last like 5 years that people can really make mention of. Realistically, in terms of like this generation, it's not a big pool. It's quite sad. There's no competition.
I mean, on TikTok alone, just going through TikTok, I can't believe the amount of magicians with millions upon millions of followers on their TikTok, with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of comments each showing engagement. And I'm shocked as to the magicians that actually have reached this level of not even, I don't want to call it notoriety, of whatever the fuck he's saying. He's saying that magicians haven't stepped it up. Too many magicians now are popular. Are you fucking crazy? What are you talking about? Again, this is still his first point. Right now, he thinks he's made 2 points. Right now, he's made no points, but this is still on his first topic. Fuck, this is a waste of time.
There's it needs that competitive spirit per se. And the second it starts to get competitive, people become pussies. They become pussies the second it gets competitive. The second the boat starts to rock. The second the guy looks like he's winning. Well, they just
What?
resort to.
What would we be competing for, you fucking retard? What would people be competing for, magicians, that you think that would elevate the art? You want a prestige? Did you just watch the Prestige and you think that that's real life? You fuck. How, in what planet? In what planet? I don't understand. There's no competition. What we're doing is we're trying to get the attention of normal, ordinary people. If you want to get popular within magic and have that niche, that's completely acceptable. If you want to have more general, broad appeal, and you want to appeal to another group of individuals, I don't understand. What's the? There's no There's no need for competition. There's enough for everyone. And right now, people's attention spans are negative. So they crave that. They crave content. So there's no need for inter-magician competition. What? What? How is that going to elevate the art? Jesus Christ. This has only been 15 minutes. Oh, boy.
Name calling versus actually getting up and doing anything. That's what I like about the rap industry. A lot of rap like rivalry goes on in this industry. The basketball industry, rivalry, football, rivalry, boxing, rivalry, UFC, rivalry. There's something you can learn from every industry, for sure.
He's named a bunch of competitive sports. Magic's an art. It's not a competitive sport. There are competitions, but as a whole, as an art form, it's not competitive by nature.
Even Apple and Android. Jesus Christ, I don't even know what other electric cars are out there other than Tesla. But a rivalry is good. It's good for the people, gets the people going. And I don't even think magicians, as smart as they are, they're so smart, they're stupid. They're so smart, they're stupid. And it's so odd for me to see such an intelligent person go about things in such an emotional manner. Sad. All right, let's go ahead and read some of these chats. All right. So we have some people here. I want to go ahead. I'm going to start from somewhere here. And let's see what some people have to say. I'm going to start.
Nothing.
Right.
I've looked through the comments. Nothing. There's nothing that you could work for. There's no content you could take. You can't. What do you? Let's see. Andrew Morgan says, "Why do you say magic is dead?" That's the point of the stream, buddy. Magicians far and wide has slammed you for doing the same thing. You're preaching, Breezy, says David Moore. We love magic. If folks expose tricks, just create new ones. What? That means step up the genre. What can you get from this? Let's see what Jabrizi manages to squeeze from these highly intellectual comments from a very intelligent fan base.
Let me see. All right. No, I do magic. Insane Play says. Me and my twin says, why is magic dead? Give my reasons. Quincy B Gaming. How long does it take you to make up a trick?
Let's hear this.
After some time, it becomes pretty quick. You could do it in like an hour. Refining it is another thing, but you can definitely come up with a trick if you just got the idea in mind.
What?
Douglas Stanford says, define games. I would like to know the context. Douglas, go ahead and put the context in there.
The context is you said don't play games. I remember that, and I'm about 3 minutes away from changing lives at the nearby mall. I remember that, Jabrizi. All right, you said don't play games. Don't come into the chat playing games. I'm shaking out of anger.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, magic was the shit. HC Streets. And you know what's crazy, HC Streets? You're so right. Magic really was the shit. And all of a sudden, it just stopped being popular. All of a sudden. I wonder why. I got some reasons.
When fucking, what is it, Sean Does Magic has 14 million followers on TikTok, Sean does magic, I rather get 14 root canals in a row than watch an entirety of a Sean does magic video on TikTok. And yet 14 million people have put enough to actually follow him and press that button, that like him enough to follow him. What do you mean? So if people could follow him, magic's as popular as it's ever been, my dude. What are you talking about? God damn it. Give me the crack that you're on, please.
Here, and I think when you hear the 5 reasons I've put down, you'll
Part 21.
definitely agree with me. It
21.
was a snowball effect. All right.
Let's hear it. Number 3. Come on, get to it.
Maybe it be HG Street says maybe it be dead. Oh wait, let me see this. David Moore says, yes, define games. I love Magic. Okay. I need the context. I can't remember how I said that. Maybe it died because it's less present in the media. You have a good point there. Good.
Maybe it died because it's less present in the media. If you're going to read comments, please at least have more than an 8th grade reading level. I would appreciate it.
Point.
Can't wait for Jabrizi to watch this video and leave a comment on one point and go, listen, you said that I read at an 8th grade reading level, and I could prove to you that I at least graduated high school, my friend. I can't wait for him to watch this video and take that as a point and go, he's wrong. Look, he's wrong in the entirety of this video that he made criticizing my stream because of this one thing that I said as a joke. Wait for it.
Joshua Al-Ra, bro. Thank you. All right. In same plays, it's not bad. It's not a bad word. I said, and okay, you guys are talking in there. All right. David Moore, magicians are far wide, has slammed you for doing the same things you preach in Breezy. I know, right?
Good take there.
All right. And that, ain't that sad? Like they have literally, like, let's even take this into perspective. Not many young black men get into magic. And I'm not going to categorize myself inside of any box. I'm just saying, like, to the crowd I could have related with.
What did he pull there? He pulled it. Took him 19 minutes to pull the race card. Boom. Dropped it on the table and left a mark. He had to push aside the watermelon and the fried chicken to drop the race card on the table immediately. I'm surprised it took him this long.
I could have been an image for. They were really quick to move and destroy that as fast as they possibly could. So in terms of like all the other little black kids who would love to get into magic, now here you have these hate groups now forming against me, and all I want to do is just do magic. In fact, if you actually pay attention to my whole career, even before the reply to Chris Ramsey and Shin Lim, I really just mind my own business.
All he does, he just does magic for the little black kids. And us, we're oppressing him. We're colonizing him. This is what it's all about, man. All these people, they're not judging him for being a smarky asshole. No, man, we're trying to prevent young black kids from getting into magic because they see a intellectual magician like Jabrizi and they go, I want to be that when I grow up. I want to be Jabrizi. I want magicians to ask me stuff. This is what he thinks is preventing little black kids from getting into magic, that they see the hate that he's getting and they're like, man, I don't want this hate. Fuck.
I think people should try that too. Like, mind your own business. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. But sometimes it could be hard to mind your own business when you don't have a business, right? When you don't have a clear objective and purpose, when you don't have a love, or when your priorities are all effed up. It could be quite hard. And I understand that.
Oh, please tell me it stopped.
Oh, camera went out. Hold up.
Oh, fuck. I was so fucking happy. I'm like, oh, man, if this is only a 20-minute stream.
You got to update that bad boy. I got to update that. Oh, my God. It always does that. I got to update it.
Jabrizi, here's a tip. You have it on HDMI. You probably have your camera connected through a capture card, right? Of which the camera, because it's probably a DSLR, has a timeout, right? If you have a Canon camera, I recommend using the EOS Canon utility that connects the camera USB right? The output's good. See, look, that's what I'm using. And there's no timeout. There's no timeout on the camera because it's connected via USB. That's just a hot tip for you. See, I'm helping you. I'm helping a young black man proceed with this content. Hire me. Hire me. I'll be part of your crew. I'll be that the tech slash bling guy, right? If you need a guy, there's a semblance of a joke in there. I apologize for my humor not being to the level that it usually is in my videos. It's been 20 minutes that I've watched a Jabrizi video. So my capacity for intellectual thought and or humor has been cut drastically. So there was a joke in there. Just look for it.
Yeah. It's gonna be annoying for like the first couple of episodes. Like
It's
people see
gonna
that happen.
happen again.
Like, get up and hit the camera.
I'm willing to bet it's gonna happen again in the future.
I know. $30,000 and that happens, right? Great. I gotta update that thing. All right, let's continue.
The change of setting, you.
Insane Play says, when I say, oh wait, that's y'all talking in there. All right. Andrew Morgan says, why do you say magic is dead? Roll back the conversation. You can hear a little bit of what I said from point 1 to 2. I'm about to be on 3 when I'm done with this.
1 point, and it hasn't been a point so far.
Thomas Martin, I also think you've been attacked unfairly and that people don't get over the past like they should. I hit like, by the way. Thank you, Thomas Martin. I really appreciate you hitting like, and that was very appreciated. And upon people attacking me very unfairly, if you have seen the whole saga of my whole career, you will have seen that this world is just out of pocket. It's really out of pocket. And the sad part is these same people who would like to preach against me and don't like me.
Let's hear this.
You know what I notice about people whom don't like you? They're usually the most scared to say it to your face, which goes to show a lot of power you end up having. And
your face, you fuck. I'll say it to your face. Okay, I'll say it to whatever, your back, your front. I'll say it to your face, you fuck. Why is he bitching? He spent $30,000 on a fucking podcast setup, which means that he has $30,000 to spend on a podcast setup. That's successful, right? He got a Tesla that he's flexing on Instagram. Why would he keep bitching about all these people? The fuck? He's in a good position. It's not like them, us, right? Because I'm putting myself in this group of people that would, make fun of you and tell you that make videos about your inability to form cohesive tricks and do all the things that we've done, right? I'm part of that group, Jabrizi, and I'm telling you right now, look at this. I'm making a video over your video. I'm commentating over your video right now.
In terms of, they're not tough people anymore. They're actually just they run, they hide, they flee. They say their little comments and they go and run in their hole. And if their hole has people in it, they stay there. It's quite sad. Very rarely will you find individuals who can be as vocal about something and not be scared of anybody and what they think, especially if it's conflicting, while still maintaining a respectful manner of how they say it.
I'm not being respectful.
You're right, Thomas Martin. You're very right.
Oh, I wish he said you're right, and I timed it perfectly. Fuck.
I'll read one more. Yeah, David Moore says, yeah, they knocked his hustle, but once he got some airtime, I know, right? And the crazy thing is, that's just life. They just want to knock the new kid off the block.
You're successful. You're making money somehow. I don't know how. I don't know what scheme you're running in the background, what Ponzi cryptocurrency scam you have that's making you money. You have a team that you could hire. I don't get it. I don't see how it's possible for this man not to be doing some shady, suspicious shit. And he's very successful, clearly, or at least he presents himself as very successful. So he's doing a good job at faking it if he's faking it. If he's not faking it, then what does it fucking matter? Right? What does it matter if a cunt like me has an opinion on you if you're being successful throughout that? Obviously, their country, right? Their country didn't have an effect on you because you're still successful. You fuck. I don't get it. What's his point?
but it's all good. The one thing I think they really didn't get with me was like, it was already rough growing up. Like, it was already rough growing up for me. So it's like, y'all wasn't really doing much. Like, y'all not bodying anything. Like, y'all not about to do anything. Your attitudes really don't worry me. All right, let's continue.
Fair point in his head.
All right, number 3 on what killed Magic. Let's go ahead and get into this because right here, I want to go ahead and keep it going because I have to keep it going. If I don't keep it going, then things are going to die and become boring. But now I'm about to go ahead and turn up a little bit. All right. The lack of bigger names in Magic joining social media. When I say that, we know that there are predominantly 3 big names that predominantly everyone has a hold of in terms of when we say their names, they ring a bell. Unless they are people whom are of my generation or my brother's generations, which they are younger. And that would be David Copperfield, Chris Angel, and David Blaine. These 3 names not being relevant on social media definitely puts Magic at a hindrance because they were left with being on television, the only place that you can go and watch content before
YouTube.
The internet. And I'm saying YouTube. You guys are watching me on YouTube. I could have been on Twitter. I could have been on Instagram. I could have been on Facebook. That's how many outlets we have right now currently in terms of social media. So now we got to ask the question, exactly how do we end up finding a magician? There's so many ways of finding them. He has to be on everything. So to the guys back in the past, well, guess what? They hold the remnants of everyone's parents sharing the feeling that they had about magic with their children. But once they don't see them, that reminder won't get hit. So therefore, we're kind of just left with parents who grew up probably on a David Copperfield or Chris Angel or David Blaine, but not being reminded about it. And I'm not saying they're not going to their shows. Well, obviously, they're going to their shows. But to see the content on your phone will keep people reminded of magic and the feelings that they had.
So his point that I'm trying to translate for you guys is because apparently these 3 magicians that he happens to know don't have a bigger presence on social media. That's one of the reasons why magic is dying. Even though I've probably seen about 1,000 individual posts of Copperfield doing some trick from TV in the 90s and or David Blaine doing stuff. David Blaine doing stuff, modern, like the balloon stuff and him doing the many television specials. People have cut those up and put those on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. What he's saying is that because these magicians don't have more of a presence to him, in his opinion, on social media, magic's dying. That's his 3rd point. That's what I'm translating. Again, I'm trying my best here to translate what seems to be a combination of ebonics and retardation.
To be able to watch the content. I think it really sucks. Really sucks. Because, you know what's interesting? I always had this complaint that I really believe that the bigger magicians, and I don't know if they're watching this, if this clip gets to them, y'all can time it right here. Go ahead, hit the signature, send it to...
Hey, I'm a big magician. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, big guy. Haha, look right here on time signature. 25 minutes, which reminds me that there's still a long time to go in this fucking video.
Copperfield, Chris Angel, David Blaine. With Chris, I have something to say because I actually met him before, and I met David. I have not met David Blaine at all, but it's so weird. Number one, okay, it would be interesting to see David Blaine, Copperfield, and Chris Angel all in the same room. I just wonder why that's never happened. Like, why have they ever all been in the same room? Maybe I haven't seen the picture. Maybe I'm tweaking. I'm tripping. But to see magicians come together.
$30,000 for this. This man spent $30,000 allegedly on this.
And to see it publicly, it's so odd. But I always find it weird that these magicians, these bigger magicians, are definitely getting a lot older. Getting up in years. And I'm not trying to say that they're old. I'm just saying they're getting up in years to where they're becoming less and less relatable to the generation that is coming in. There's a lot of things they don't quite understand about them. I think they should definitely find a way to pass the torch to so many of these magicians that are sitting here that are young magicians that are trying to figure out how to be the next them, because the torch is really left with them. And I see these young social media magicians, and I would love to believe that they're carrying magic. But the issue is, I'm going to be honest, to the level of impact that they're leaving, I don't want to diminish it, but I want to say that there will be some big roadblocks for sure. And I don't know if they could sell tickets to a show. I don't know if
Maybe their goal isn't to sell tickets to a show. Maybe their goal is to increase their social media presence and therefore increase the chance of sponsorships and promotions and things to make a living with, right? You should be praising the ability for individuals to not have to go through the same routes as Copperfield, Chris Angel, and David Blaine to impress a group of people on, some sort of television network and then convince them to do a show for you. We don't have to go through the same hoops anymore, Jabrizi. Someone could get popular on YouTube and the same that they could get popular on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and blow up. Probably more so than Copperfield, David Blaine, and Chris Angel without having the need for what they had to do in terms of their television production. So what's the point here? What do you
producing content is a thing. There's a lot of things in which could be learned. And when I meet them, they have all the drive in the world, just no one to teach them. And I try my best, but gosh, I'm like, I, I mean, look, when you have so many years in the game, it just be nice to be around somebody who you looked up to and admired to just kind of get a little snippet of like their work ethic, a little bit of inspiration, not asking for money, just a little bit of motivation, a little bit, you know. And I don't see that happening. So Chris Angel actually, I met him and Chris was saying he wanted to help me with a stage show because he was like, there's no black magicians, there's no female magicians, there's no one trying to show this to these audiences right here in terms of, hey, you guys like magic, and trust me, I've never seen a black magician before a day in my life in terms of that as popular as I am. But the impact I definitely leave on young black men is ridiculous. I walk out on the street and left and right, I'm like pictures are being took.
Yo, man, is that your breezy? Oh shit. Damn, dog, is that the only black magician in the planet right over there? Black card. I play it in defense mode. That's fucking retarded. I don't understand how he managed to turn his point into drawing the black card again here, saying he's a role model for young black men. And there's plenty of female magicians. There's plenty of black magicians. There's plenty of disabled magicians. There's a lot. What's your point? What do you mean? If they don't stand out, it's because they don't stand out for whatever reason. There's what we call a marketplace of free ideas, my friend. If your content doesn't stick, then it's not going to stick. It's not because you're black or a woman or disabled. It's because maybe there isn't a fucking, maybe you're not doing it right. Maybe you need to find another twist. Maybe you need to find another angle that makes you stand out, other than the fact that you're black, a woman, or which shouldn't be things that you focus on. What's the point that you're making, Jabrizi?
People are saying my kids watch you. If you've ever spent the whole day with me just out in public, you see the number of people who approach me. And it just grows more and more every single day.
I jump in front of a bus.
So with that being said, there's no torch being passed. And that's a problem. What's a problem?
Watching this makes me want to vape. I don't know why. I just want to do something that's going to do harm to my body in the long run.
And like I said, Chris Angel was the only one I heard that was vocal about wanting to change that.
But what?
What is he doing currently to do it? I don't know, but at least he was vocal, and I had that conversation. I think that's fair enough to say. I don't know if Copperfield ever tried anything like that. So, and I don't know if David Blaine has, but that's fair enough to say. All right, let's get on to number 4.
So
And
far, it's been
it's
1 point.
the division of the arts and illusion. And when I say that, of course, we know how to classify magic into certain pockets and sectors in which we know that this is a card trick, a sleight of hand trick, mentalism, coin trick, this, blah, blah, blah. We have all these things. And I find it quite strange that in the magic community, it's like kind of clicky to the point where we start to run tarnishing campaigns upon the people who do things differently. So take, for instance, someone who's using a gimmick, we may end up saying, well, he's not doing that with pure sleight of hand, so therefore he's not a good magician.
This ties back to his first point. So far, Jabrizi has stretched 1 point into what is 4 points so far, just stemming from that one video where he got busted coaching his spectators. Nobody says this. Nobody thinks this way.
And he's bad and he's horrible and blah, blah, blah. Seen this discussion many a times. Who's ever created it, I don't know. But it's quite foolish because all of it is magic at the end of the day. All of it is magic. What does it matter? However you do it. It's an illusion. Nonetheless, it's fake to begin with. I don't even know how magicians can expose a trick. Expose that a magician is doing something like, bro, it's fake to begin with. Why was you acting like it was real? Like, you a magician, you should know better. Damn dummy.
He thinks he did something. That's my favorite part about this. He thinks he did something.
So number 4, the division between the arts. Usually if you find these little cliques, these sects of people who particularly only classify themselves as one thing. And in my head, I'm like, cool, that's cool. You only want to do one thing. You prefer one way about going about a thing. But the issue is then it becomes a bashing ceremony, which is sad. Number 4, I'm going to make that brief. Now, number 5, I had to really sit back and think about in terms of what I know magicians to be. Because it's really interesting.
There's nothing in that can.
People who usually are in the realms of art are predominantly classified as like nerds. Like if you're in the
Oh, I felt it coming. I felt it coming. I thought he was about to say white males and just drop it again and go, there's not enough black people doing magic tricks. I thought he was about to drop that. About to lose my fucking mind. Nobody's left a comment, by the way. Nobody's left any sort of comments here in the live chat replay. At least it's not loading on my end. So I want to see how he stretches this 5th point to an hour and 3 minutes from 31 minutes. Let's see.
Even a rapper's a nerd. Like rappers will rap all extra hard and tough and blah, blah, blah. But they never really did anything a day in their life. Like they're not the tough guys. They're really not that tough. They can claim to be tough. They have all these tough guy lyrics. But realistically, if you're a tough guy, you're not out here singing and rapping and doing magic. Like you're not, like realistically, if you're a tough guy. And that's what I quickly realized about the magic industry. I was like, these things ain't really that tough. Like I found out rappers were capping. They not tough, realistically. And there's a level of insecurity that is there. Predominantly, a lot of the stories I've heard about magicians in terms of when they tell me about their past, a great majority of them have been bullied.
There's nothing in that can.
And which would go to show that
here it comes.
There's
drop it. Drop it.
I don't know if they ever fought
I know you want to drop it.
I don't know. Like if you get bullied, do you ever fight back? I don't know much about this, but me and my attitude, if you ever tried to bully me, best believe you're not bullying me. You're not. I'm going to fight. I'm going to throw a hand. I'm going to throw a fist. I'm a warrior. Just built like fight. But some people...
Let's fight, Jabrizi. Oh my goodness. I would love nothing more on this planet. I have a hernia right now, a self-diagnosed hernia, and I'm probably sure I could probably still take Jabrizi in combat.
Aren't built like that, and that's understandable. Some people aren't built to be physical. But magic has really maintained this really nerdy position to it in terms of when people come into it. And realistically, magic should be more like being a rock star, where it should be really cool to be a magician. Rarely ever see that played out and demonstrated.
Yo, Is my boy dissing Hans Clock? I know he's not straight dissing on my boy Hans Clock right now, right? Because Hans Clock is still a rock star magician to this day. What the fuck point are you trying to make, Jabrizi? What do you want, magicians to do more drugs? I listen, I agree with you on this point. Most magicians are virgins, and they it doesn't matter if you've had sex before. Virgin's a mentality. It's why I say it all the time. You could have had sex and still be a virgin. I agree with him on this point that magicians are not great people, but that's part of the art. The reason why we took up magic is because we're socially disabled. We're not able to communicate normally with individuals. So we have to do it using the social lubricant of magic tricks, right? This is the only point that I maybe half-heartedly agree with, but I feel like the way he's approaching it is probably coming in on dropping in another one of those, dropping in a black card harder than Yu-Gi-Oh, dropping a trying to remember the first episode where he drops that final head of Exodia on Kaiba, right? Look at that. Speaking of virginity, oh boy, I really hope no woman ever watches this video.
So therefore, it does not relate to the current pop culture. It's so out of tune. It's extremely out of tune. Like if you look at some of the biggest celebrities, let's just say, how can we paint magic to look kind of like that? Well, horrible marketing campaign when you got like all these damn nerds left and right in magic. Like it's super duper nerdy. When I seen Chris Angel, I was like, this is kind of cool. Go back to Copperfield. He's real suave. Go to Blaine. Blaine's just creepy. You know, like
Like a nerd? Like a nerd?
it's an image that they ended up portraying that ended up helping magic a lot because it related with somebody out there. Related with somebody out there. And they almost merged two cultures together, which is quite fascinating. No one's merging any culture together. So I watch all these magicians online. I'm like, none of them, I'm not going to say none of them, but they will definitely be remembered. Some of them are quite memorable because you see a lot of their videos, but there's a level of like when people think about you, the levels of what they think about you in their head. And I don't think that this current generation is hitting it. And I think it's due to the lack of a lot of things. Now, I went ahead and said all this, and I did say I was going to go ahead and give my solution.
Let's hear this.
And I have one solution.
Final solution.
One solution. And let me go ahead and give it now, and I'll go to the comments section.
Nobody said anything.
The reason I started this podcast and spent all this money to do all this
$30,000
was for one simple reason. And I said, you know what? Magic is dead. And I think I have a theory to revitalize it. And that theory is to center magic around a conversation. What will never go dead is conversation, even if it's controversial. Even if it's controversial. Controversy brings.
Yeah, let's see people pay money to watch a stage show, right? Where they have a conversation. What? It's a performance art, you fuck. What point are you trying to make here? Let's see where he takes this. But so far, let's see how he manages to spin that he wants to make magic more conversational, and that's what's gonna solve magic being dead.
Eyeballs. And I think magicians don't understand that. I don't think they do. I think they think it ruins things when actually, people caring about what you have to say versus what you have to do, you're much more influential with your words than your actions. Let that be said. Some people have done terrible things in this world, and some people have done good things, all based upon what they've said to people. Let that sink in.
Yeah, Hitler definitely said some things. That's what I think people remember Hitler for the most. What he said, right? It's like that Norm Macdonald bit where he talks about Bill Cosby and how people are complaining that the worst thing about the Cosby thing is the hypocrisy. No, it's the rape. The rape is the worst part.
How powerful words can be. And I think magicians are, to a degree, slightly cowards when it comes to opening up their mouths and offending people. cowards to have their views challenged. I like to put those right on the line. There's nothing more scary. Like the thing with me and talking is like, bro, I've already had Crohn's disease. I was like on the edge of almost like losing so much weight. It was like a no return. I've lived a life in which was so humbling. It's ridiculous.
I've developed a disease right now in the past fucking 30 minutes.
And I always find it crazy that people to the magic community, they have the nerve to say Jabri has such a big ego. I'm like, yo, I'm a black man in America. Like I'm at the lowest of low of the social class. If we really had to be honest about it, there's nothing more humbling than being a black man in America, but therefore we want to paint ego on the black man.
Listen, I don't want to drop my Arab card here, right? On saying on oppressed groups, right? I want to be part of the oppressed groups Olympics, but nobody's oppressing black people anymore, right? Or I mean, you can make the argument at some point in time, there was oppression taking place. That's not a point anymore, Jabrizi. So what do you mean? What's the point you're trying to make here as a black man in America being oppressed? What's your point? Because it's non-existent. It's a fake argument. It's a thing that people punch on. There's probably 14 races in the entirety of the United States, like legitimate, like ones that when they see someone in a store, that they actively do something about it. There's probably 14 in the entirety of the United States.
For sure, go for it. That's great, awesome. Like that's so cool and good for a lot of you to say. You look like such fantastic people doing that because realistically, the level of struggle and even where I start at in life in terms of there's not predominantly many black families that are together. In terms of history, we're behind 200 years. So realistically, a man like me has to make up for a lot of that. So if you see a lot of ego exuberating, a lot of opinion, damn, it has to be like that because I know people who like me are listening and I need them to see the truth and hear the truth because for everyone else, you've been running functionally well for quite some time.
What does that even mean? What does that mean? In his world, I'm not even going to get into the argument of what he's saying right now, but what does that have to do with the point that he was making on fixing magic with conversation? He just went on a whole drop in. Not only did he drop the race card, he dropped the race Exodia. All right. The fucking forbidden one. That's what he dropped if we're comparing this to Yu-Gi-Oh!
But for us, we're just putting our foot down to the race. So shut your ass up.
Oh, there you go. Told me off.
Have a big bottle of sit your ass down. There you go. You could drink some of that. You could drink some of that. You thirsty?
He said while holding
Take a little drink.
He said while holding a can.
So I've given my solution. Now I want to center it around a conversation, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to invite guests, women, celebrities, maybe just some of my homies in the room. Who knows? But I want to center magic around a conversation.
Pay for my flight and I'll fucking do it. I'm not going to pay for the flight because right now flying is a nightmare. They have all the stupid mask stuff that you got to wear through the thing. So I'm not going to pay for it actively. But listen, man, if you're willing to drop the cash money, all right, I'll go over there and I'll debate you to your face and call you a cunt, right? And not be worried. Like I'm a magician cowering, Jabrizi. I'm the straw man, right? Hey, dude, I'm gonna show up there and I'm just gonna be like, no, man, I'm a real big fan of your stuff, dude. I really enjoy your stuff, man. That's what he thinks is gonna happen, right? That I'm like talking all this shit online, and then I show up to where he is and I go, dude, it's all fun and games online, dude. No, man, you don't get it, man, dude. I just do it as for the videos, man. I do it for the views, dude. The fuck, man. Not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I'll gladly tell it to your face, Jabrizi, that your points are retarded. So far, you've claimed that you've made 5 points. You've made 1.5. And then you claimed that you've made a solution on how to fix the idea of magic being dead. And you said that magic needs to be more conversational. And then you started talking about black stuff as if that's part of the point. So far, this video has been 38 minutes of what has to be a case study in mental retardation. I think that's the best way to put it. Right?
Whether that me just doing one trick the whole podcast. I'm going to do a trick. I build it up the entire podcast as we have a discussion about something in life that we care about, whether it be family, relationships, politics, something, who knows? We have a discussion on that because guess what? People care about those things. They care about them so much, they love and hate them. And
What?
I want to be on the spectrum of love and hate.
You're on the spectrum for sure.
Not right now where magic is, where no one really cares to search. And also, if you take a look at the search engines right now, currently magic is not being looked up. You can literally look up how many people search up magic tricks on YouTube, and you can see
Nobody.
the search volume monthly is like, I think last time I checked, like 71,000 people.
What? What does that mean? There's no way people looking this up. I'm not going to do it now, but I'm going to look it up afterwards. There's no way. What, 71,000 that minute looking up magic? 71,000 when?
Now, take that into note. 71,000 people look up magic tricks, or 300,000. That's not a lot.
In what time frame?
But if you look up slime, how to make slime, it's like damn near 1 million.
1 million a what? 1 million a minute? 1 million a day?
We're losing to slime. We're losing to slime.
I'm slime right now.
Magic is cool, bro. It's like, it's awesome. It's awesome. Why are we losing to slime? Damn. The marketing magic has to get together. It really does.
How? Explain to me. Give me a solution. Give me a solution, Jabrizi. You claim to be the solution man here. Give me the fucking solution, dude.
All right. Let's go ahead and read this comment section like I promised. I said I would do.
There's no comments.
Here we go.
What's up?
All right. Thomas Martin says, I guess I never thought of rivalry in a good way. If authentic,
they load. Okay, I apologize. Listen, before Jabrizi watches this video and says, "Oh, there were comments," they didn't load. Okay, they didn't load for me. I apologize. Now I made them load, and I see that there's some comments here. Somebody mentioned Michael Vincent, right, as being a black magician. Another one, Frankie Magic 13 says, "Just stop." This guy makes a great point saying on how magicians are pretty much the main ones that he mentioned aren't on social media because they don't need to be, which is a good point. So let's see how he decides to use this in the last
can be a
section.
bit destructive. Oh, if authentic, it can be a bit destructive. But from marketing standpoint, I'm sure there's a benefit. It really is in terms of keeping the whole industry alive. It keeps it alive. That's why sports never really die. You don't hear sports dying. A lot of rivalry there. And here's
you can't compare magic to sports because sports is competitive by nature. Magic is a performance art. It's different. You could compare it, in some aspects, but as a whole, it's different. Fuck.
The thing with a rivalry, there's always a comeback. You can always come back. It's not like you're done completely. All right, so to the next thing. Social media. Let me read the name first. Excuse me. Alex Harlow, he says, do you think social media has watered down magic? No, I don't. I don't think it watered down magic. I just think that there's not enough conversation that magic is putting itself around. Take, for instance, I know it to be true because basketball has a conversation around it consistently. So if you do magic to a basketball player, therefore the basketball player has conversation, things being spoke around him, and the conversation of him having a magic trick shown to him will now appear within the marketing around magic. But first, you had to have the conversation going, and magic does not have a conversation going, though the basketball player does.
What? My translation has depleted here. My ability to translate. So I apologize. I would like to translate for that, what he said, but I can't. I don't understand what the point that he thinks he's making here. But it's literally not a point. You can't compare the two.
Do you see what I mean? And if you get enough of that going, you will eventually have enough conversation around magic.
You can't compare the two for the most part. Okay, because I'm trying to chop down all the potential arguments, and every time I say something that could be misconstrued in his head as a point against me in this particular video, uh, they can be compared. Magic and sports like basketball, football, UFC, they could be compared. But generally speaking, it's two very different things. One's an art, one's a performance art, the other one is a competitive sport, competition, right? It's the nature of the game.
Magic. Like I expect for people with this podcast to say, yo, you know what's crazy? Like I was listening to this podcast. This guy was talking about X, Y, and Z, and he's a magician. He did a trick, and I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, discussion they were having, like that's how I expect them to talk.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I watched the podcast, and now my IQ is halved. Hey, you know what's crazy? I watched the podcast where a magician talked for an hour and 3 minutes, and now I want to Dylan Klebold them all. It's crazy, man. Let's have this conversation as to why I want to Dylan Klebold the nearest mini mall after watching a magician on a podcast.
Because people, like, especially an older audience cares about certain things. Like they want to talk, they want to discuss, they got subjects on their mind, they got opinions, just how humans are built. Let's keep going. I'm gonna read more comments.
Could you imagine David Blaine's special, like the first one, Street Magic? If it wasn't Street Magic, it was just David Blaine having conversations about magic with people, right?
All right. Douglas Stanford says, "You're early as magician. You're earlier as magicians or haters starting game with you in this video." Oh, okay. And I'm curious as what is the definition of game? So far, I've seen your response of magicians what you do. What I'm saying is don't come in here playing games. Basically saying if you're coming in here to start some BS, which is in a disrespectful manner, please take your goofy self out of my chat and go on to beat your baloney pony inside of your room where you should probably be watching something on a X-rated site. You don't need to be here. You need to go do something more constructive, and I believe that's more constructive than being here and being a troll.
Finally, Jabrizi says something that I agree wholeheartedly with, that watching pornography, which, I mean, you could argue destroys your libido and your sex drive, is more productive than watching this podcast, right? But then look at this. You're watching a guy watch a podcast. So right now, I definitely agree wholeheartedly that beating your meat is more important and relevant, and definitely something that you should be doing than watching this or watching me watching this.
Hopefully that answered the question. All right.
God,
Okay.
this is so funny. That's the part that I think I have the worst time with. I get it. Some people don't find me funny, but this is literally scientifically and objectively not funny. Like objectively, like if we put this in a lab and measure somehow his laughing points, right, or his humor level, it'd be in the negatives. It'd be in the negatives. And mine has taken a toll watching this video. Watching this video has significantly ruined my humor.
Oh man. All right. So look, David Moore says, I used to follow everything you've done till you changed up and went to rap. It's the love for magic for me. I like, we got another magician in the game. Okay. Yeah, switching up and going to music was a thing I actually ended up doing for the simple reason being is because I'm a human being. I have more than one interest. And the thing is, I don't put myself in a box. I think people do that all the time, and you catch yourself being less creative. I'm just a creative person, so I can do whatever I want. I can do magic. I can do a podcast. I can make.
This is barely a podcast. He bought the equipment, and he thinks that now he could do podcasts. He's qualified. This has barely been anything so far. We've watched a man unravel. He thinks he's made points, he thinks he's made jokes, but so far, all he's actually done is wasted my time. This is my time. At some point, as morbid as it's going to be, I'm going to be looking back at my life, sitting on the edge of the bed or lying down because I don't have the physical ability to do anything. And I'm going to be wishing for more time. And this is time that I could have had right here. Time that I'll never get back. This hour and 20 minutes. I'll never get this back.
Goofy videos online, I'll be successful just about anything I do. I know it for a fact. So when magicians got a little disappointed that I was doing rap, I'm like, why can't that just be one of the many things I do?
Because it sucked. I mean, anybody that's heard lit could tell you that this is objectively bad music. And if you're gonna like flex, don't flex with a 2005 Ford Freestyle in the background, right? Or like a Honda Civic from 2004. Jesus, I'm dying slowly watching this. But he raps in front of a car that's clearly not his, that's parked in a spot. Terrible lyrics. I mean, it's barely a rap, so I don't understand how you could say that that's good or something of a. It's an attempt. I get it, right? It's good to have multiple interests outside of magic. That's something that I'm always saying. But I think the way you're going about it is again on par with the intellectual disability that is this entire video.
Why do I have to just do this one thing? Why can't I do both at the same time? Wouldn't it be interesting if we can mix rap and magic together?
No,
And it could be like a rap magic concert. But you
no,
see, that's how big I think.
no, that would be terrible.
That's how big I think. And I don't say that to belittle your thinking. I'm just saying, like, understand the perspective of where you're going in your head. You're not truly realizing the level of thought I'm giving something.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh man. Boy. Jabrizi could give 100% of his thought into something, and it would probably match that of my legitimately autistic younger brother. I feel it would match a percentage of that of my legitimately autistic younger brother. Right? He could give 100%. Right? Jabrizi is the type of person to say, I put 150% effort into something, not knowing that 100% is the whole. That's all of it. Can't have more than the whole because the whole is literally all of it. It just tells me that you're mathematically retarded, which I am, but I could understand the concept of that. So, man, that's a fun. Man, this guy's fucking. This is actually funny. I feel like if Jabrizi comes out at some point with some Kaufman esque reveal that he's been faking this entire time, boy, am I gonna be the one that's gonna be fucking the saltiest because he's got all of us. He's got all of us under his finger, but I don't think he's capable of that. I don't think he's capable of the long con.
How I can combine multiple passions together and give you a new experience. You're probably thinking in a very linear way, but that's okay. That's human beings and their
Six
thinking.
dimensional thinking, 40 chess.
But that's the answer uh, to make to make a statement back to your statement.
Fuck.
What about Penn and Teller? They're huge. Yeah, but
But
Penn
they're
and Teller
white.
actually kind of do help magic with the Fool's TV show. Like they kind
They're
of do
white.
help it a lot with
Just
the
say it.
Fool.
They're white.
That's why I didn't name them. Fool's helps a lot of magicians. Helps a lot. Keeps the conversation going.
Yeah, because it'll go against your point. That's why you just said pretty much, hey, the reason I didn't mention these wildly successful magicians that have a massive impact on culture and media is because it would directly contradict my point as the magic dying, sir. So that's why I didn't mention them. That's essentially what he just said.
Like people still to this day say they see me on Fool's. That goes to show you, like,
Truth be told, Jabrizi fooled me. I watched that and I couldn't imagine and fathom that he would be able to just take a tear in a sugar packet and just literally put the coin inside of it as the method. I'm like, there's no way he just put a tear in it and he's literally shittily putting it in the back of it. He's pretending to do that, right? I feel like there's some other method, but there's no way he would do it, and he fucking did it. That's how he did it, and he fucking fooled me because I thought there was a different method, and little did I know he was literally doing what he was magically pretending to be doing. Ruined my ass. So I'll give him credit there.
like the conversation that they can generate around magic. Incredible. All right, here we go. Um, David Moore, you're supposed to be the next up and carry the next generation into the next millennium. That might just be true. Thomas Martin, you're right. We don't see big names on social media much, but I think it's partly because they don't need to.
Good point.
And it's true, they don't need to. I mean, look, they probably have like all the money in the world. Their lives are where they want it to be. But I'm just saying, it would be cool.
No, you're not just saying that it would be cool. You're saying that that would be one of the things. You're saying that that's one of the things that killed magic. That was one of your points, Jabrizi. That these magicians aren't or they don't have a bigger presence on social media. So
It would be cool. I mean, like, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of them. Be cool. I mean, I get I could see them at a show, but gosh. Sometimes I just wonder like how I can keep it going for everybody. I don't know. That's just what my heart is.
there's a
Like for
root
me.
canal.
And in terms of that, I've helped magicians independently when I really don't have much. Like to see people's lives change and to change people's lives and to keep the art form going is something that I would love to see. But I feel like if someone doesn't figure out something fast and creative, is going to be on its way out pretty soon. When those people are on their way out, like when those people are on their way out, that's it. Like when Copperfield dies, when Angel dies, when David Blaine dies, that's kind of it. That was magic. That was magic. And now there's no reference to this new generation. Ask this generation who their favorite magicians are. They cannot tell you. Just go to a kid and ask them who their favorite magician is. They
Do it. Go to a kid and ask him and see what he says. Hey, man, who's your favorite magician? They'll have a fucking answer. They will have an answer. What?
they can't tell you. All right, let me see. All right, Kaylee. Also, think this generation likes more real life content now, and people are exposing the secrets behind the scenes too much. Kind of ruins the whole illusion and appeal of it, you know?
Is he dyslexic? I mean, I know he said that he had Crohn's disease, but that doesn't mean that it affects his ability to read. That was hard to fucking get through.
I don't believe so. That doesn't matter. Like, revealing the trick doesn't matter. It's not that. It's like it's how it's positioned. Like people don't know if revealing a trick is good or bad until magicians start saying that. And then they start to bash that. If you just shut up and let people learn the trick, cool. They might want to do it. Remember, like, I remember when I was a kid, I was broke. I was a kid. My parents couldn't afford magic. So people putting magic online was helping me become a magician. And look, I turned into a whole career. Like, I don't think people are realizing that. Like,
which is fucking a miracle. I still, you know what? All the fucking hate that I give Jabrizi specifically, but boy, let me tell you, dude, this man has made a career. You have no excuse. I have no excuse. Every time I'm like, man, shit, this video didn't do all that well in terms of views. Then I remember, wait a second, Jabrizi has a career, dude. You're good. Like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I just got to put more effort and do more stuff. The fuck?
like this shit is expensive. Damn. 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 God damn.
One more time.
All right. Thomas Martin, what I like about shows versus social media is the story. But I suppose you could plan out a story in a short, but connect the TikTok clips and when they viewed subsequently. Yeah, cool. I mean, I'm just saying, like, people would care to see more long formatted content if people could share the conversation that would happen. Realistically, we just need conversation around this. That's it. They don't push it. There's just no conversation. There's nothing popping up. Magicians love to stay out of media. Like they just love to stay out of media. They only pop up to do a trick and then go back in the hole. They don't pop up to give their opinion and stay there. They just don't. And if they did, their words can keep a conversation going because they are who they are. Look at like Joe Rogan. He's a UFC fighter and a comedian and a podcast.
Joe Rogan's not a UFC fighter. Okay.
Host. Like there's many things this guy does that just keeps the conversation around those three things. UFC is really popular. Being a comedian is real popular, and having a podcast show is quite popular. He keeps the conversation around it all.
Well, that's his job. That's literally his job. He's an announcer for UFC. He has probably the world's most successful podcast where he talks to people of all different avenues of life. So literally his job is to have a conversation. The job of the magician is not to have a conversation, it's to entertain. Right? It's to entertain with the performance art that is magic. Yes, you could have conversations with people about what they just saw, right? But that's not going to progress the art. What's the point? I feel like he just heard because it's very popular now to say, oh, we need to have a conversation about this or that. I feel like he heard that and he's like, that's what we need for magic. What? I'm angry now. Now I'm fucking upset. 10 minutes left, right?
Michael Vincent?
Michael Vincent. He's
Don't
a
know who
black
that
magician.
is.
Nice. Oh, I'm a fan of magic, right? But he doesn't know other black magicians. You fuck.
Douglas Stanford, Chris Ramsey's transitioning to puzzle videos. Exactly, because Chris don't know how to keep magic alive. Chris Ramsey is like some hipster. He's a hipster, jolly looking Santa Claus dude who wears hats on the top of his head. Like I don't like.
Hey, I fucking called it. I knew that this shit was gonna fucking turn off again. This fucking moron. Jesus Christ. He's trying to come up with some disses on Ramsey. The fucking HDMI times out again. I fucking knew it. God fucking damn it.
I know this guy is not what people want to watch. I can tell.
Oh no, yeah, it's why every fucking TikTok the guy makes gets fucking millions of views. He has 5 million subscribers on fucking YouTube. Countless people watch him on Facebook. He has a show on True TV and all that while literally getting out of doing consistent magic videos and now doing puzzle shit. What do you mean people don't want to watch him? The fuck? Jesus, he has the worst points.
Like he don't know how to relate to any of this generation. He relates to like that small. Oh, here we go.
And it took him this long to notice.
It just went right out.
He doesn't know how to relate. What? Yeah, he's a hipster. But let me tell you, man, kids for some reason they fucking love that dude. They fucking love that dude. I still remember even before he got super popular, he had at Magi Fest the year I went incognito. I didn't let anybody know who I was apart from certain people. He was one, Xavier Spade and all that shit. And he had a fucking line of people wearing his merch. His hat's fucking expensive. His hoodie was expensive at the time. But they were wearing his hoodie, his hat. They had a fucking, I don't know if his cards came out by then. But fuck, they were dripped out in his shit. And they were kids. The fuck? So yeah, of course what do you mean? What kind of a point is that?
We're back.
We're back. We have 10 minutes left, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, Chris, dude. I don't know who he relates to. It's definitely not like anything I relate to, for sure. It's a very small sector. You have to be a magician to like me and Chris. You have to be a magician.
Oh, puzzle.
But if you're like, you like hip hop and sports and all that, like you're a person who has like the common interest. You definitely ain't watching Chris, for sure. He's doing puzzle videos because obviously he doesn't know how to revive magic. He has no idea on it.
Fuck. That's rough.
Thomas Martin, Marcus Eddy, Eric Jones comes in mind for black magicians. Yeah, they do.
But what?
The thing is, when I talk about black magicians as big as I'm saying in terms of consistency and on social media, in terms of like relevancy. Not to say that these men aren't hardworking men. They are very hardworking men. I love Marcus. I love Eric.
You undermine them at every fucking time you can. Every opportunity that you have, you undermine them. When you say that you're the only relevant black magician. I mean, they've consulted for a bunch of fucking people. They're very successful in what they do. So what are you saying for real though?
I think what they do is amazing.
But
Marcus knows how big of a fan I am of him.
But
and I really do like the work Eric has done, and especially when it's on America's Got Talent. But
What?
for sure, like there's being a black magician, like it's a lot of work. In
It's a lot of work to be a black magician. It's crazy. All the melanin doesn't allow you to do the same sleights that a white person would be able to do. All the darkness, well, the lightness of my palm, but the darkness of my skin affects my ability to do tricks. Unbelievable. Let's see where he goes with this.
terms of like making yourself relevant, and I'm just saying to adding to
Your fourth
the
point,
discussion.
your attempt
They've
at a
added
point.
to it in some ways, for sure. They've added. I'm just saying, like the consistency. It's kind of like what Bruce Lee said. Do you fear the man that can throw 1,000 punches, or fear the man that can throw 1,000 punches every day for a whole year?
Jabrizi's never read a book from cover to cover. Like he's never read a book, I feel. He's the type of person that says a lot of stuff. He repeats a lot of things that he's heard, but he's never actually come up with a coherent thought of his own. It's just an amalgam of shit that he's heard. Trying to burp here. Fuck me, come on. There you go. It was a baby burp. All right. But what kind of point is he making? He jumps all across the board here. I thought he had a clear, concise list of things and a solution. And so far, he's had one reason, a half a reason, and not even a solution to anything.
That's what I'm saying. One's more consistent. I'm just the consistent one, consistent with the marketing aspect of it. They are consistent with what they do, whether it's bookings or making and creating tricks. They're consistent with that. But I'm just saying on this end, I was very consistent on the marketing of Magic.
I don't know
Because
how.
look, if Magic is popular, let's say they make a trick and they're makers, like they get new buyers because I created new magicians essentially because these guys have watched Jabrizi's videos. I've got 1 million views. So they might have gotten an interest in Magic and said, let me go and buy something, and probably bought one of their products. It only helps people. The more exposure a magician gets. A
Oh,
magician, doesn't matter.
fuck. But you want more competition, though, right? You want rivalries. That's going to help Magic. What the fuck is your point? My goodness. This is word salad.
More exposure, even like if they learned the trick for free on YouTube, that might have helped because now they're like so hungry for more. They're like, oh man, what are these tricks here on this website I have to buy? Understand the psychology. It gets deeper. You just got to give a person a little taste. It doesn't matter what the taste is. So look, you go to Costco, you get a free sample. Sometimes you might end up buying a product. That's why they give you the free sample. Duh.
He thinks he did something there.
All right. All right. We are going to go ahead and wind down. I think I've said enough
53 minutes.
here. Let me see. Schizo in stereo. With that comes responsibility, connections, and acceptance.
Trying to find his
I
comment.
wonder what you're referring to. Oh, okay, here we go. Right here at the top. You say, as a musician, I agree. Most of us aren't tough. Artists ultimately want connection through their expression. Acceptance comes from making people see, hear, or feel things differently than before. And exactly, that's the true definition of an artist. I think even right here, what I'm doing is a performance art. This is a performance. Me saying these words to your face is a performance. I'm putting on a show. Voila, mystifying you. Boom, bam, nigga gone. Ah. And with me doing all that, yeah, I'm getting the same response Magic could have got out of you, which is just an emotional response. This one, I think, to a degree, ends up being on a social aspect in terms of how my invisible words have affected you magically. The words I've cast out of my mouth have probably made you feel a certain way or made you see the world a different way. I've affected.
Yeah, right now, I'm on the verge of being on the news just watching this video. That's what your words have done to me, Jabrizi. You're going to be the reason why a family's changed, okay? That's a joke. It's not a direct threat at anyone. It's a joke.
An invisible part about you. Can't see my words, but somehow they had an effect on you, which is amazing. Magic. Very deep.
Fuck
All right.
me.
What about Harry Potter magic? Harry Potter is a fictional um, movie in which people don't relate the same with what's going on here.
That
Life of
who's
Mike, it's dying. It's a dying art, bro. Thing of the past. Times are changing. I love it and wish it could be, it could stay, but it depleted. Billy Ruffin. That's what I do rehearsing on mass transit, getting to relate to people and getting them to relate to each other using magic. Billy Ruffin says, um,
you think he took like an Adderall before doing this? Being like, I need to really be sharp for this. And then this is him, Adderalled up, like ready to focus. You think this is that? I'm very curious. I would love to know if he took any sort of enhancements before doing this, just because he's like, oh man, I'm gonna do a hour-long podcast. I'm gonna need to be sharp. So let me take an Adderall. And then this is him with an Adderall and like a Red Bull, right?
Joshua Ross says, yes. Let me see what Schizo has to say one more time. He says, I fell in love with magic the first time my dad took me to New Orleans. A street magician blew my mind when I was young. I'm 39 now. It'll always be a part of who I am. Beautiful. That's beautiful. And we have anybody new? Oh, we got somebody new.
End it. End it, please.
Jefferson Jensen says, this is depressing, acknowledging that magic is dying, but appreciate the honesty 100%. I'm all about honesty. The truth. The truth. The truth sets you free. The truth is a good thing. It hurts though, but it's the truth. Here we go. And do you real Thomas Bard, man, you coming in here strong, bro. And I'm gonna read you Schizo too. I'm gonna read Schizo first. Or actually, Alex Harlow. Alex Harlow says, "How do I get gigs when I'm starting out? I've been doing magic for a decade, but I never had that many shows."
He's probably gonna say, dude, you just gotta go out there and do some tricks, man. You gotta go out there, man. That's gonna be his hot take on how to get gigs. Dude, man, I went out there and it's hard. It's hard because I'm back, dude. That's what he's gonna say.
But I want to start marketing myself, getting out there. Any advice? Let me say this to the booking and gig side of magic. Oh Lord, I didn't want to do gigs for like couple $100. Like I know magicians who do gigs for like 300, 600, sometimes a couple thousand, but they'll take these prices and go and do the shows. If you want to get your gig game up, maybe go to a party city and stand around and pass cards out. Because who's ever at Party City's having a party, and they could probably hire you on the spot. Stand in the party section in Walmart. They could probably hire you on the spot. Think about where people go to have parties or to prepare for parties and position yourself there, and therefore you can go and get a booking.
That's not terrible advice, but I'm willing to bet that the people that are going to Party City aren't really the highest quality of gigs. But experience is experience. That's not a terrible point. It's actually not a terrible point there. I was expecting something fucking abysmal. Maybe it's coming, but damn, bro. Good on that. Good on you, Jabrizi. It only took you an hour, 58 minutes.
Probably on the spot. Maybe connect through family, friends. Maybe do free events. Offer yourself to an event to be there for free. Don't hand out business cards. I don't even think they work anymore. Here's the sad part.
Yo, dude, I got an idea, man. Dude, just stand outside Party City and hand out cards, man. Go to Walgreens and or Walmart or fucking whatever and hand out cards by the party section, man. Man, don't get business cards though. I knew he was gonna fucking shit on himself immediately. My dude's out here being a walking contradiction.
I never really made money off of bookings. I can't really tell you. I probably got booked. Still to this day, I probably get booked like maybe like 5 times out the year. But like each one of my bookings are like 20 to like 30K. 20 to 30K. So like I only need to be like booked.
Who is paying this man $30,000 to fucking do subpar magic at a party? Tell me, please. Who? What is the retarded celebrity? If that's true, if that's even true, Who? Who in the right man is looking at this man and going, yeah, I'm gonna pay this guy $30,000 to do an hour set where he's going around doing two card money, lifting up the back with his thumb. The fuck? Who? God damn.
a couple times. And realistically, I'm not trying to do that many shows to begin with. So that's why the
Oh yeah,
price is
humble.
high.
Very
I just
humble.
made myself popular online so that people can end up reaching out to me versus me having to reach out to other people. And I made a brand, and a brand is recognizable. So I made a self-recognizable brand that you guys now
Founded on retardation.
have a person who offers a service that you can have at your party. Um, and that's what I end up doing. So if you want to, then figure out how to position your brand and be one that people want to see around them at their party. That's all I did. That's all I did. And you can attract
30K.
better paying clientele too if you do it right. That's how I kind of beat the odds on that one.
Astonishing.
Heck, you could probably do a college circuit if you want to. Feel free. I mean, I know people who do bookings. I don't. Like I said, I really don't. And to me, they're not the most funnest thing to do, just because I think that I can even innovate on that. I really think like if I had a magic show, realistically, people pay
Trap.
$20,000 for a ticket. For a ticket to come in.
Nobody is paying. Do it. Do it. Nobody is gonna pay $20,000 for a ticket to see your fucking dehydrated ass, Breezy. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I love how humble he's trying to be. Man, my gigs, I just charge 30K a gig, man. What I do, dude? I do tricks, man. I just trying to innovate, man. Trying to mix rap. Man, fuck, man. All those haters and shit, fuck. Man, fuck. 30K. Nobody's paying $20,000 to watch you fucking perform or do a shitty version of lit while you do two card money where you pull up the fucking back. Jesus.
I got some ideas in my head y'all ain't never seen.
Yeah, I'm sure nobody's ever seen your fucking ideas because they're all retarded. God.
It's gonna be cold. Oh, it's gonna be cold. Let these be heard. Let this be heard. And it was said here on this episode of When Mad.
3 minutes left. I'm done already. I'm surprised I've made it this long, but fuck. This last minute, he decided to just turn it up. He knows that he's about to end it, so he's like, man, I'm gonna end on a high note, dude. I'm gonna give them what they want. $20,000 for a ticket. Nobody is gonna fucking show up to your stupid show with $20,000 that they're gonna pay to watch you perform, Jabrizi.
Magic is dying. The day that Jabri said, I have something to revitalize magic that no one can ever replicate. I'm 100% sure about. I'm the only person that can do this.
Yeah, because your parents probably had thalidomide. They probably took thalidomide and then gave birth to you. So nobody else is going to be on the same level with you, Breezy. How wild is this man? That he's having a whole stream dedicated to how to revitalize magic, and then he suggests at the end that he's going to have a show where people would pay 20 grand a ticket to watch this man perform. Are you fucking crazy? Yeah, that's going to revitalize magic. Fuck, boy, this is just a lot.
I'm the only person that can do what is in my head that definitely will revitalize magic.
You're right. You're right, man.
And the only person willing to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure, dude.
Let's go to this other one. Thomas Martin says, you realize Chris Ramsey has a TV show out there with 3 other Canadian magicians right now, although his YouTube videos. Okay. Yeah, I do know that Chris Ramsey has a TV show, and I believe that people do not like it. And I don't hear anybody make any reference to it when I do magic outside, and don't hear anybody make any reference to the show. Obviously, the viewership is probably not that great. And yeah, but kudos to him. Awesome.
I think he's trying to say stuff that he knows is going to incite people to react, right? Because he's saying stuff that's provably not true, but he's trying to get people to react, which is why he's saying it in the way that he is, right? I know how Jabrizi thinks. I've stepped myself down. I've cut my IQ in half just to understand him intellectually. So I know what he's thinking. He's like, I know Ramsey has a big fan base, so I'm going to say this shit because it's going to get some of these retards like riled up, right? Some of the really dumb ones that don't understand nuance. It's going to get them riled up. And therefore, then I'm going to have a little bit more of a presence in the magic community because of the stuff that I've said. It's not going to work on me, my friend. I saw through it.
Awesome. For having the show. And let me see this. I'll get to this last comment right here.
2 minutes left.
Insane plays. He says, one time I used to be a pro. I was 5. I was trying to get tips in the street. Then I saw this magician and how he blow my mind. Oh, blow my mind. And then I tried doing it and kept practicing. Say something. Okay, great.
Oh, that's great. This is great. When you find another one of your kind in the wild, right? Or insane players. One time I used to be a pro. I was 5. This guy was a pro at 5. And I was trying to get tips in the street. Then I saw this magician and he blew my mind. And I so tried doing that. I kept practicing and practicing. And yeah, that saved me. And then they're both understanding of each other because they both are intellectually at the same level.
Beautiful. All right. Great communication, though. Thank you very much, Joshua. Oh, he meant poor. Poor magician. He blew your mind. Okay. All right. So, guys, that is the end of this podcast here. I am going to go ahead and hop on off. It was great talking to you guys.
It was not.
Soon we'll get some music and we'll get some stuff going on.
Get me on there,
I just got to figure out how to do all that. I'm just slowly doing this stuff over time to kind of just see.
$30,000 and this motherfucker doesn't know how to put music on his podcast. $30,000.
Like, hey, is it?
Oh, but that's 1 gig though, dude. For him, that's 1 gig a year though, dude.
Worth investing into this? Can we turn this place into something else? So yeah, hit the like button if you're new here and go ahead and get the likes up. Spend $30,000 on the studio. And here I'm giving you guys something new you haven't quite seen before.
You're right.
Tomorrow's episode, stick tight. I'm going to try to see if we can get some more females inside the studio to go ahead and ask them some
more blacks
dating questions and see how that all goes here in the city of Las Vegas. We are filming this filming these podcasts. So yeah, and if you're in the Las Vegas area and you are female and you want to be on the podcast tomorrow, just DM me at Jabrizi. You guys know where to find me. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel because guess what? This channel right here, I have not really used it for so long, and now I'm using it again. I'm going to see if I can get some celebrity guests here in this month and see if we can get a pop in. Got a lot of celebrity friends and a lot of social media friends I could probably bring in here and ask them some questions and drill them. Now, one thing for sure I want to ask you guys when this video ends, please leave a comment section on what you want.
Leave a comment section.
Want to see in terms of content, in terms of me talking about it, what you want to see me talk about hip hop events, things in terms of in politics or business, or maybe even self-development. So let me know what you guys want to see from me, Jabrizi, the hip hop illusionist. It's your boy Jabrizi, the one and only. Peace out.
Gonna walk and end it like I do. Mind you, my stream costs exactly like $25 to produce my stream, and this motherfucker has the same production value, but he paid $30,000. Oh, how's this gonna end? He's gonna go and turn the camera off. My friends, it's been 1 hour and 53 minutes in this video. I apologize profusely. I'm sorry that you had to go through this. I just want to provide my commentary on this particular video. I hope that it worked. It'd be great if 1 hour and 53 and the audio doesn't work, right? Or some technical aspect of it didn't work. But again, this cost me nothing. It cost him $30,000. Have me on your podcast, Jabrizi. Have me on your podcast. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not a coward, a pussy, as you said, right? I'll say it to your face. All right, we'll have a conversation about whatever points you want to have. I'll be glad to debate you because honestly, it'd be like debating a child. It'd be like finding a toddler in the street and going, "Hey, dude, listen. Here are 5 reasons magic's dead, dude." It'd be debating a child. It'd be I don't know. Find a comparison here that's sufficient enough. But have me on. Have me on. Thank you guys for watching. If you want me to do more of these, by all means, I'll do them. Right? I'm not enjoying them. This is going up raw, no editing, nothing whatsoever. It's your boy.